The future of Web3 and crypto in 2025. Picture this, it's 2025. You roll out of bed, grab your phone, and instead of checking your bank app to see if your paycheck came in, you open a decentralized wallet. You've been paid, not in dollars or euros, but in a digital token that you can use anywhere. Starbucks, Nike, Amazon all accept it. Your Spotify playlist? It's an NFT that you own. This isn't some sci-fi fantasy. It's a glimpse into a world that's closer than you think. But here's the big question, is this the Web3 utopia we've been promised, or are we headed for a dystopia where crypto is controlled by governments, corporations, or, worse, hackers? Today, we're going deep into the future of Web3 and crypto in 2025. And trust me, by the time we're done, you'll either be jumping into this revolution or running for the hills. Alright, let's set the stage. Web3 and crypto, two terms that, over the past few years, have been hyped, scrutinized, and misunderstood. People love to say, crypto is dead, or Web3 is just a buzzword, but if you look at the numbers, the adoption trends, and the innovation happening behind the scenes, you realize that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, what's happening right now is so monumental that I believe we'll look back at this time, 2024 and 2025, as the moment where the internet went from being something we use to something we own. But here's the twist, this isn't a straightforward journey. We're at a crossroads where crypto and Web3 could either lead us into a golden age of decentralization and financial freedom or implode under the weight of hacks, regulation, and corporate greed. So today, we're diving into everything, the innovations, the battles for control, the breakout stars of Web3, and yes, the risks and challenges that could tear it all apart. And I promise you, this isn't going to be some boring tech talk, I'm breaking it down in a way that'll keep you hooked till the very end. Let's kick things off with what's already happening in 2025. First up, let's talk money. Crypto is no longer just an investment vehicle or a playground for tech-savvy millennials. It's becoming the backbone of global finance. Take central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. By 2025, over 20 countries have launched their own digital currencies. China's digital yuan is leading the pack, with over 1 billion citizens using it for everyday transactions. In the US, the Federal Reserve has rolled out the digital dollar, and it's already being used for things like government benefits and tax refunds. But here's where it gets interesting, CBDCs aren't just about convenience. They're about control. Imagine a world where every single transaction you make is tracked by your government. No cash. No privacy. For some people, that's a nightmare scenario. But for others, it's a necessary step toward a more efficient and transparent economy. Meanwhile, the private sector isn't sitting on the sidelines. Big names like Walmart, Amazon, and Starbucks are integrating blockchain into their operations. But this goes way beyond accepting Bitcoin. For example, Walmart is using blockchain to track the origins of produce, ensuring food safety and cutting down on waste. And Nike? They've revolutionized the sneaker game by embedding NFTs into their products. You buy a pair of sneakers, and the NFT proves they're authentic, and you can even resell them on digital marketplaces. But here's the kicker, it's not just companies and governments that are benefiting from blockchain. It's you. Imagine earning tokens just for browsing the web. Platforms like Brave Browser and its BAT token are making that a reality. Your Spotify playlists? They're NFTs, meaning you own them and can sell or trade them. This is the promise of Web3, a world where you're not just a user but a co-owner of the digital ecosystem. Of course, with great power comes, well, conflict. And in 2025, the battle for Web3 is in full swing. On one side, you've got the decentralized pioneers, the dreamers and builders who want an internet free from corporate and government control. These are the people creating platforms where your data belongs to you, where financial transactions are peer-to-peer, and where no single entity can pull the plug on your favorite app. Sounds ideal, right? But here's the problem, not everyone is on board with that vision. Big tech is fighting back, and they're using their massive resources to co-opt Web3 in ways that suit them. Take Meta, for example. They're pouring billions into their metaverse project, but critics argue it's just a shiny version of the same centralized platforms we've had for years. Instead of freeing users, Meta's Web3 keeps you locked into their ecosystem. And then there are governments. In the US, the SEC has ramped up its crackdown on crypto, labeling tokens like Solana and XRP as securities. Europe's MiCA regulations are forcing crypto companies to comply with stringent rules, and even countries like India are toying with outright bans on certain crypto activities. Now, here's the twist: regulation isn't necessarily a bad thing. In fact, some argue that clear rules are what crypto needs to go mainstream. Institutional investors, pension funds, hedge funds, and even corporations are sitting on the sidelines, waiting for the regulatory green light to dive in. And when they do, we're talking about trillions of dollars flooding into the market. But at what cost? If the regulations kill innovation and decentralization, is it even worth it? Now let's talk about where Web3 is winning, the breakout applications that are changing everything in 2025. First up, decentralized social media. Platforms like Lens Protocol are giving people back control over their online identities. Imagine tweeting, or whatever we'll call it in 2025, but owning every post, every like, every share. No algorithms suppressing your voice. No fear of getting banned because your opinions don't align with corporate policies. Then there's gaming. If you thought Axie Infinity was cool back in 2021, you're going to lose your mind in 2025. Games like Illuvium and Star Atlas are blurring the lines between virtual worlds and real economies. Players aren't just spending money, they're earning it. Imagine grinding in a game and using your rewards to pay for groceries. That's not the future, it's happening now. And let's not forget DAOs, or decentralized autonomous organizations. These are like online communities, but instead of just talking about stuff, they do stuff. Want to buy a piece of land? Start a DAO. Want to fund a new movie or a music album? There's probably a DAO for that. Heck, there are even DAOs trying to buy sports teams. These applications are proving that Web3 isn't just a concept, it's a revolution in how we interact with technology, money, and each other. But let's not get carried away. Web3 in 2025 isn't all sunshine and rainbows. There are real challenges, big ones. First, security. Hacks and scams are still rampant. Just last month, a major DeFi protocol lost over $1 billion in a flash loan attack. If developers can't figure out how to make these platforms safer, people are going to lose trust, and once trust is gone, it's game over. Then there's scalability. Ethereum's upgrades have helped, but they're not a magic bullet. Gas fees still spike during high demand, and Layer 2 solutions, while promising, aren't perfect. And let's talk about user experience. Crypto wallets, private keys, gas fees, these things are still confusing for the average person. If Web3 wants to go mainstream, it needs to be as simple as using a credit card or downloading an app. Finally, there's AI. By 2025, AI is so integrated into Web3 that bots are dominating DeFi, gaming, and even governance votes in DAOs. Are we decentralizing the internet or just handing it over to machines? So, where does all this leave us? The future of Web3 and crypto in 2025 is both thrilling and uncertain. It's a world filled with opportunity, but also one where the stakes are sky high. Here's the bottom line: Web3 is happening, whether you're ready for it or not. The question is, will you be a passive observer or an active participant? Will you embrace this new era of ownership and opportunity, or will you let it pass you by? The choice is yours. But one thing's for sure, the decisions we make in the next few years will shape not just the future of the internet, but the future of our society. If you found this video helpful, informative, or just plain mind-blowing, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat. The Web3 revolution is just getting started, and you don't want to be left behind. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.